Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a binder update of almost everything that I collected this summer. As you can see, we have a lot of cards to put away and also an empty binder in front of us. So to avoid a very long intro, I'm just going to run through really quick details and then I'm just going to jump right into it and kind of talk about the rest as I go through the binder. But if you're new to my channel or you haven't watched a video of mine in a while, the reason that my collection currently looks like this is because for the summer I had to separate from my main collection because I was working in a city for the summer that I don't normally live in, and I just did not have the room or the kind of time to transport everything that I own to this Airbnb apartment. So I only brought little bits and pieces of my collection, mainly Face and D-Day, which were my active solo binder sections, and then an empty binder just full of pages just to see what I got up to collecting this summer. And unexpectedly, I definitely didn't go into the summer thinking I was collecting ot7 for album, but as you can see, ot7 album was collected. So unfortunately, since I am separated from my full collection, I'm separated from ot7 sets that I already have, and also my entire Taegi Min album collection is not here with me, but I still wanted to put this stuff away with you. For one, I thought it would be fun and kind of an interesting perspective to see what I did actually get this summer in a vacuum, because you know, as you add cards to your main collection, it can be harder to remember exactly when and where you got what. Two, these things are going to get transported soon back to my main living area, and so they need to be safe and I need to put them away in these pages. And three, selfishly, honestly, it's going to be so much better for me in the long run if I get a start on these ot7 pages. It's a lot of manual labor I will be saving myself. Normally on this channel, that's a future me problem, but no, it is a current me problem.
Me. Just me.
We're going to start these ot7 sets now just to cut down on how much work it's going to take to combine the ot7 collection later. So with all that being said, I'm just going to get into the video now and move this out of the way. Okay, starting off, we're actually going to have the first cover page of this little makeshift collection going to be all of the non-ot7 album cards that I collected. So I think it's a good little bunch, and I honestly think for as random as these cards are, they all look kind of good together. So we first have Jimin's B-Pop. Since I finally decided to collect ot7, I was like, it's time for me to finally finish V-Min's Pobs and Lucky Draws. And because of that, I was missing two versions of the deluxe Lucky Draws from the B era, so I am in the process of collecting those. I don't have all of them physically present here, but I do have a lot of them. I think all of Jimin's are here, and then some of Tae's are still scattered to the wind. And I think I'm just missing one more of Tae's Lucky Draws, which I hope to complete relatively soonish. But as you can see, there's some consistency on this page because a lot of it comes from the B era, but not all of it does. It looks silly, it looks crazy. This is a lot of random things put together, but honestly, I think the page looks good together. So this is the B-Pop, like I was saying. These are Lucky Draws from the B Deluxe album. These are two digital PC scans from my friend McKinley. She sent them to me as well. And then this is obviously a Calvin Klein photo card of JK. So the funny story with this one is that I was not gonna get these because I'm just not a big collab person. And I always say on this channel that most of the collab cards I get are because I get them sent to me for free. And funnily enough, the story behind this is that my friend's husband is originally from China, and we asked him if he could ask his brother to go to one of the Calvin Klein stores in China and see if he could directly source a photo card set, and he was able to. And I believe he bought one item, so we got two cards. I got a card and my friend got a card, and I let her pick, obviously, because it was her connection that helped us get these cards in the first place. And then so graciously, my friend's husband decided to cover the cost of these cards because I have offered him driving lessons in the past, and he has since passed his driver's test. So as a form of like thank you, he wanted to give us these for free. So that is how I got my hands on this Calvin Klein Photocard. More special to me as a collab card just because of like the long backstory behind it, but that is why I have it in my collection. I think I'm probably going to put it with Namjoon's Puma PC because Namjoon's Puma PC is pretty all by itself. Both of them are apparel cards. The Puma card is definitely way more rare than the Calvin Klein card. I wouldn't call the Calvin Klein card rare. I think it's more just a limited card. I think there were like 900 sets or something. So that's definitely not rare by any means, but it's a more limited release because it was country specific. So I think those will go good together in my A5, and that's my current plan for now because I'm certainly not getting any new Puma cards anytime soon. So that is where Calvin Klein JK will go. And then last but certainly not least, one of my favorite things that I collected this year is this signed Jimin card of his I Need You venue Japanese photo card. I'm really excited I got to have this. I saw someone selling it on Instagram and I bought it from there. This isn't normally something that I actively go after, but when I see stuff like this that I know I want long term, I go for it. So I'm really happy that I got this card as well. I cannot wait to see what it looks like in my Japanese collection. It's one of the things that I'm like most excited for about recombining my collection in about a month or so. So yeah, I cannot wait to put that card into my collection. But for now, it's going to live here. So this is the first starter page. I honestly think it looks good because I think the B cards do a lot of work. They help us out, but altogether the colors go well and it's just a fun little page. Is it an absolutely nonsensical page? Yes, but this is a nonsensical binder. This is just our summer binder, okay? Our hot girl collector summer binder is what this is. Anyway, these are essentially the only 9 pocket size photo cards that I collected this summer that were not album cards. So let's get into the album cards right now. Starting of course with Oh Are You Late Too. So as stated, I obviously am going to have a lot of fillers because I don't have all my cards here with me, and also just some of the members that I have just fully collected for ot7 album, I don't necessarily have all of theirs with me yet. So I do have Namjoon's purchased, but he is not here yet to go into this initial spread, so that is why there's a filler there. Yoongi will go here, Hobie here, etc, etc. Essentially, I think I'm going to take a page out of Blooming Nights book and I'm going to allow myself the opportunity to be more creative with these ot7 sets and basically set them up in different ways. I think it'll be more fun for me to look at personally than if I always set them up in the same way that I do it every time. The only rule I have for myself is it either needs to be in fan chant or age order, because I personally don't like it when people go out of age or fan chant order because I think it's just weird to do like favorite rankings and stuff. I think that's essentially how setups end up being, is like a favorites ranking. So I personally, I want to keep it in age order and fan chant order because that's what makes the most sense to me. And for this setup, I chose to do it this way because whenever I have a group card, I personally really like having it like this with filler, JK, group card. So anytime there's a group card, that's what I'm planning to do. And then addressing this filler, these are fillers that I printed from moo.com, I believe. It's really funny because Meg recommended this to me and was like, you're not able to do multiple sides. One side is always the same, so you can only change one side of it. And so when she told me that, I was like, that's not gonna work for me because I want to have different sides on each side of the filler. But then I just decided to double up, so this is actually 2 in 1. I can link the business down below if you're interested, but like I said, you do have to be aware that to get something like this with a different front and different back for every card, you essentially have to double order and then put them together. But I was willing to do it just because I really wanted to try these nicer fillers out, and I'm liking them so far because I would have to do a lot of paper filler making because I'm expanding to so many ot7 sets that I just wanted to try this out first because they're not crazy expensive. I think they're worth the money that it takes to get them personally. And I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna be in the right mind to be making paper fillers anytime soon. So I was like, I'm gonna set myself up for success and I'm gonna get these fillers all ready to go. And so far I'm really happy with them. So like I said, that is Oh Are You Late Too. I do have Namjoon on the way, and then I obviously have already collected Taegimin. Moving on now to School Love Affair. This one is going to be extremely tricky for me because I do have both versions collected for Taegimin, but for now I only have one of each version for Jin, Hobi, Namjoon, and JK. So I think I'm gonna see how the numbers work once I get back and am reconnected with my whole collection, and to decide if I'm actually gonna get arms in, arms out for every single member, or if there's something creative I can do with the ones that I already have. I honestly haven't even thought about the numbers because it stresses me out, but yes. So this is probably not gonna stay like this. Also because I don't even have these in sleeves. Like seriously, who am I? A lot of my bigger inclusions right now, I just don't have the sleeves with me, so I can't properly sleeve them, which, as you know, if you are a watcher of my channel, drives me nuts because I like to double sleeve everything I possibly can. So I'm excited to get real sleeves on these and to actually figure out the numbers and to decide if I need to get like his arms in, his arms out, etc., to make the numbers work, but we will see. I don't have a good amount of them right now to really determine, and I think I'm just gonna let it surprise me once I see them in real life. So for now, I'm just gonna leave them there and try not to worry about it. So up next is School Love Affair Special Edition. I think I have everyone's here with the exception of Taegimin, and then for this set specifically, I also really need to buy the group card. This is also an endeavor where I think I'm just going to collect all the group cards because I'm really close. I'm just missing a few. And so I believe the plan for this album set is to also get the group card. I just definitely have not secured that one yet. Here's what the filler looks like. I can link the Etsy shop down below too, where I originally got these filler scans from. Definitely helped the process as well. Instead of sourcing them all myself, finding ones that were good quality and then I could just plug into the website made the whole thing a lot more painless. So as I said, since this will have a group card, I'm going to put the group card here. So I'm going to do my more standard setup. If I switch to age order, fan chant order, I don't think it really matters for this one, but I guess I'll see what hair colors they have and stuff, and maybe it'll look better for Namjoon to be down here. I don't know. We will see once I see them all in person, but for now, I just have it in the standard form because I know I'm definitely going to get the group card. Next up is Dark and Wild. So Dark and Wild, I already have all of the group cards for. They are back at home, so I didn't actually get a custom filler made for this set because I figured that I can just use 2 of the group cards. I do have a miscellaneous group card page, so that third group card can just chill out on that page, I guess. I know some people use a 10 pocket page with the horizontals, and I think those look really good, but I just don't want to buy a pack of them, even of 10 of them, to just use one of them. So I think for now I'm just going to keep these in the 9 pocket pages because it is currently what I have available to me. So I'm just going to make it work like that. That is Dark and Wild. And so then we go into a stretch of larger inclusions, which also don't really have sleeves on them, so I hate that for me. But I do have part 1 right here. Right before I left for my program, I actually bought a part 1 hoping that I would pull one of the 4 that I was missing, and I pulled Hobi's, so that worked out good for me. But that is also why I don't have Hobi's here with me right now, is because he's back with my real collection at home. And then I also already have the group card, so that one will be easy to fill in once I can combine them. And then Young Forever, I did have to buy them all, but that was okay. These are pretty cheap. So it'll be nice though to see a 4 pocket full of them for now. I think I originally pulled JK for this set, so it's fun to have the pullback in the collection, even though it's technically not the one that I pulled myself. I do remember pulling this card the first time I opened this album. I don't remember if it was the day or night version though, at all, if I'm being honest, but it was definitely JK's card. And then we also have Wings. So if you don't know my collection or you just don't remember, I do already have JK's card. And so I did pull a Wings album really hoping that I would pull the group card, and I ended up actually pulling the group card. So I have the group card, JK's card, and then the rest of my bias line already with my main collection. So I'll be excited to see this full set together as well once the time comes. But now we are back in the regular 9 pocket size. Elle for Love Yourself Her. I did make fillers for this because the only group card from this era is going to be the lenticular for O, and I already have that set complete, thankfully, so you will not see it in this video, but I also already have that group card as well. And I think this is going to be one of the first sets where I change up the order just because of that lack of group card These got a little moved around and I actually intended it to be like this. There, so these were my initial thoughts for now, but I want to see what the colors all look like. Maybe it'll look better to be in Fan Chant than age order like I currently have it, but I thought it would be fun to put these fillers like this instead of on either side of JK, is to do the full row down here and have these kind of broken off. We will see though, maybe I will change my mind once I see a full set, but for now this is what I was thinking. And then also this filler is to represent the Elle, as each version has a different flower, so I was trying to make sure I kept all of those right as well. If one of them doesn't look quite right, please do let me know, but I think I did remember correctly. So anyway, Elle will go here obviously, but for now what we have to work with is V. What's funny is I've had this set complete before, and it's one of the ones that I gave up when I very minorly downsized my album collection last fall or something. But here it is back in the collection less than a year later, which is hilariously ridiculous if you think about it. But I'm excited to have the set back.
My mistake.
It's such a cute set in my opinion. I think the colors are so pretty. I'll probably put the vinyl page after it, since it's the same version. Also, clearly, Pizza Namjoon got a little out of sorts in my box, but that's just because cards were flying around and stuff. There we go. That's what I was thinking for V. We will see if I like it or not, but I'm just so looking forward to having this set complete again, so that is exciting. And then E, as you got a little spoiler from, I finally own Pizza Namjoon. It's a great day. I'm sorry I keep knocking this. As for this set, I think I would want to put it in age order because then I could have Pizza Namjoon in the middle. But the problem with this set, as we all know, is that Yoongi is the only one who is not with his back to the same wall. So I figured because of that discrepancy, it'd probably just be better to put him in the middle since it's the one that stands out. Maybe I won't feel that way, but I think it's what's gonna make the most sense. It's just to have his card in the middle, since it is just so obviously the odd one out from the rest of this set. But yay, there is Love Yourself version E for her. The infamous pizza set is finally gonna be an ot7 set for me, so that's just so exciting. Next, we move on to Tier. I am so excited to have Tier Y. I can't even lie. This was one of the reasons why I was very easily persuaded to, hey, maybe I do want to do ot7 for album, was so I could get Tier Y and Tier O. I've never had Tier Y, but I have had Tier O, and they're some of my favorite sets ever. And when my friend was collecting these ot7 sets because they were so beautiful, I was like, why don't I have them? I want them so bad. And I was just sitting there like, well, I don't have them because my layout works in this certain way. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna make a whole new layout just so I can get back the sets that I really want. And I'm really happy so far that I made that choice because I just think they're gonna be so cute to see all together, especially with these fillers. So far, I'm a big fan of these fillers as well. So we'll see the ordering once they're all put together again, but just the thought of having Tier Y here soon, it's so exciting. It makes all of my stupid nonsense worth it, if you ask me. Now we go on to Tier O. This is a set that I've had before. I'm happy to have it back. Everyone just looks amazing. Every card is just gorgeous. Some of my favorites of each member, so I'm just so happy to have it back. It made sense to let it go at the time, but now that it's back, I'm so happy that I made the decision to get them back. Even though it is gonna cause me to rethink my whole binder setup, I have moved all of my album collection into those slipcase binders, which is between two binders now, and I do fear that with the introduction of these ot7 cards, most certainly it will be a 3-binder situation. So I might be putting my collection back in this big white binder, at least for the album if they all fit, but we will see. I do like to put broadcast in the albums too, so it actually might just make more sense to do 3 eras of binders and keep everything safe, but I just don't know what's gonna fit where, and that's definitely a consideration because things just keep getting added. Every time I think album is done, it's just not. It's just not, especially if they do decide to release more vinyl cards, then I most certainly will run out of space. And I honestly don't even know if a binder this size, which is the biggest binder that I currently have myself, could even accommodate my entire ot7 album collection as it currently is. So we will see, I guess. It's a lot of waiting, but it'll be worth it. This is Tier U, obviously, the Sleepy Boy set. I never had the Sleepy Boy set as an ot7, so this is exciting. Also, I had to buy all of these cards new anyway because I believe the first and only time I pulled Tier U was my Tay pull. So I never had to buy any of these cards anyway, so they're all brand new additions to my collection, which is exciting. So there's that set. We'll see where we land on the final order, but for now, that felt right. I especially liked it because I like when they're like leaned in on each other. I don't remember which way Yoongi is facing, and I don't remember which way these two are facing. So, I mean, this row probably won't change, but this order might change depending on who's facing where. But I will determine that once we put the whole collection together again. On to Answer now. As we know, pretty controversial set. However, I gotta say, the inclusion of my fillers that I've made make me like these cards a tiny bit more. I definitely don't think I would ever pick these as a favorite, and I wish they had gone a different conceptual route with a lot of these. But I do think the filler colors that look like the album do kind of help these cards look good together. I guess I will fully know once the sets are fully combined, but for now I think the colors look really nice with the fillers. I keep saying that, but I have like yet to show you a single one. This one I guess I set up with fillers on either side of JK, but we will see, I guess. Here is the one for S, JK. This, I really like the color so far. It's making me like the sets more, so interested to see what that all ends up looking like. And then we go on to E, which is definitely my least favorite ot7 album set. What's funny is I didn't even collect Taegi Mins for quite a while. I had just kept them out of my layout for a really long time before I was finally like, you know, I should probably at least finish those three's album collection. But I was not a fan of these cards for so long that I didn't even get my own Bias line members till like the last possible minute. But again, I feel like the fillers help with the color scheme and stuff, so I don't know. I don't think this set will ever be a favorite of mine personally, but I do think it's cute, and we'll see about filler placement, but for now that's what I was thinking. As for this set, I have had this set before too. This is definitely my second favorite set next to the Heart Cheekies for Answer, so I had collected this one for an ot7 set prior to me mini downsizing it, just because I thought it was cute, the little IDs. I know some people don't like them, but honestly, I think they're pretty cute. So there's that. I don't know how I feel about this setup with the fillers on either side of JK. Maybe this one will get shifted around. I think it's just gonna be an interesting to consider because obviously Tay has colored hair too. Not that Jimin doesn't. Like, Jimin doesn't have black hair in these cards. I think his color specifically will stand out more, and how it looks with Jin's I think is a consideration. So, we will see once the set is together. That's really the theme of this video, is just one big we will see, because there's only so much that I can plan before I see it all together. So then obviously F will go here. I do need to buy the F group card, the lenticular, because I have all of the other lenticulars now, and I might as well just get it. It's a pretty inexpensive lenticular in comparison to the Her one. So my plan is to get that one as well. I used to have it actually, and then I could just never find anywhere to put it that I liked it, because it drove me nuts that it stuck out of the 9-pocket page. So I just ended up getting frustrated enough with it that I just sold it. So now I definitely need to get it back, which is sad, but what are you gonna do? Now we are moving on to Persona, my former nemesis. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first time around when I was collecting Persona for Taegi Min, it did not go well. I got scammed several a time with fake photocard listings, and Persona was just in general like the bane of my existence, because the quality on these cards is obviously not amazing. So they're easier to fake, and they don't have really strong stem cuts, and there's like different official croppings for some of the cards. So it was just a very frustrating thing. but like there wasn't much to be done about it. So I definitely was more scared going into collecting Persona this time, but happily enough, it did all work out. So I can't complain because the second round of collecting Persona, I was not scammed. So I think it really made up for all the times that I originally was scammed. I'm also missing Namjoon's currently for this set. I do have it, I just don't have it with me. So that's why this one is particularly sparse and will most definitely get shuffled around once I see what these cards all end up looking like. But I think this is version 3. So that was 2, and I already have 1 done. So on to 4. Of all the selfie ones, I definitely like 4 the best, just because I think the outfits are the most fun from this version personally. So it's exciting to see it eventually all complete. I was honestly shocked I had enough fillers for this endeavor because, as I've said, going into the summer ot7 album collecting was not really the plan. It was something that I was toying with, but wasn't necessarily sure I was ready to pull trig on. And then obviously I most certainly did. But because of that, I didn't prepare for things like fillers and stuff for these videos. So I was shocked counting them out today that I actually did have enough fillers to film this video. So you can't like keep seeing through the card. So I appreciate that for sure. Sorry, you can start to see Tae's youth poster through it.
Hey!
That is like the border into then my bigger inclusions, which I'll just take you through it at the end because it's just easier to not put them away on camera. But yes, obviously in the real setup, Tae's youth mini posters will not be here and you won't be able to see through them. But for now, we're making it work. So now we are on to Map the Soul 7 version 1, of course. The set that I already have complete for this album is version 2. So version 2 is with my main collection and also has the group card in it. So I'm going to need to get a filler for version 2 because I currently use version 1 and version 2's group card and that setup. But obviously now that I have this set, I need to reclaim that group card for this set because all of Map the Soul 7 versions have group cards. They were 1 out of 8 randoms, so nice for the purposes of my pocket pages, but I do think I'm missing a few. So the group card will go there, but I do already have that one. So this set is fully complete. Already have 2, so on to 3. I'm excited to have 3. I think this set is super cute in their suits, and they're obviously the broadcast looks too, which always to me makes a set extra special. Is kind of when you have that connecting piece of the broadcast cards and then also the album concept. I really like that a lot about broadcast cards. So it's exciting to formally have version 3 in my collection. There's the filler for this one. Here's JK, and then this is one of the ones I did actually remember to buy the group card for. So that will be this set eventually done with the group card included and the album filler. Finally, we have version 4. So the only reason this is finally, obviously BTS has a bunch of photo cards and the discography post Map of the Soul 7, but from B onwards, I actually already collected ot7, so it's nothing I had to go in the back collection for. I already have ot7 for B Essential, for both versions of Butter, for the 2 non-random sets for Proof. I have ot7 for the collector's edition. So ot7 past Map of the Soul 7 is happily already complete, which also helped make my decision for me. It cut out a lot of cards that I would have needed to buy this summer because just since B, I had already been doing ot7 for albums. So now it is consistent. Now I'm doing ot7 all the way through. So that is the end of the sets. And what's funny is I, for the life of me, can't remember if I already own this group card, so I haven't bought it yet. I feel like I don't, but there's also a chance that I do. But this is version 4. I can't wait to see this set. This is definitely my second favorite set in all of Map of the Soul 7. I love it so much. I think they look gorgeous. They're beautiful selfies. and I can't wait to see it all together. So moving on now, I will just take you on a walk through my larger inclusion purchases that I have already put away, because honestly, there's nothing to put these in order. It's gonna look silly, I promise. Like, there's nothing I can do. So we're just gonna have to go with it is what it is. I did my best. So starting off, I did finally buy Tay's youth posters. I found a really good deal. I think I only spent like 10 bucks on all of these or something. So I wanted to get them because I had been meaning to get them, and then the opportunity presented itself. His folder came with the Namjoon unit and then this group card as well, or this group poster. Okay, onto this chaos mess. So apologies for there not being a filler here. Tay's not actually there, but this is Jimin's, I think, 5th, 6th, and Wings fan club renewal. Eventually I'll have Jimin's on the same page, but because I'm like missing a bunch of Jimin's from the beginning, and then I'm missing a weird amount of Tay's, it just made sense to put them on the same page together with their own cards. So that's why that is like this. This is his 1st, this is his 4th, this is his 6th, and this is his Wings. I think that's right. For Tay, I'm missing 3, I think, and then for Jimin, I'm missing 4. So that's just like an end of the year goal. I hope I can make it happen. By the end of the year, we will see. Not the end of the world, but I'm excited to finally be making progress on those renewals. And then I did have a fun little tour update. As you could see, I have Jimin's Magic Shop from 5th fan meeting. So that's 2/4 of the way done now, halfway there, because I did get Yoongi's, as you know. Actually, wait, I'm not out of 4. I forgot I have the units too. So I'm 3 out of 5 done. I just gotta get Taejoon's and I will be done. I forgot I collected all the units because the units is my like extended bias line of Tae, Minjoon. So I have Yoongi's, I have the units, now I have Jimin's, and now I just need Tae and Namjoon's, and I will be done with Magic Shop. And then this ridiculous page, it's so silly. So this is actually a freebie that I got in a Jimin purchase, which is not featured in this video, which you will see it eventually, but this was a freebie in a Jimin purchase. And I always said that I wasn't gonna collect these, but now that I have one of them, maybe do I get one each of my bias line members? Like, that's a 4-pocket page. Do I just complete his? I don't know. But since I got sent that one for free, I figured it would be easier to just buy it as a set. I mean, now I have a singular one. I just don't think it'll be economical for me to track it down one by one. So that's why I'm thinking is maybe I'll do one of each of Namjoon, Yoongi, Tae, and Jimin and call it a day. But I don't know. The jury remains out on that. This is also a freebie. This is one of the mini posters from Wings. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do about this because these are not things that I plan to collect either. These two things were intentional purchases. This is from the first Japan official fan meeting. So very important for my tour and muster binder progress. I was very excited to find that for a good price. And then this, so excited to find. This is from the Youth Handshake Venue event, and it was stamped by Tae. It was like a good placement. Nothing was crazy smudged, so I went for it. I'm really happy because if you happen to remember, I have a custom page already waiting for this card to go into it, perfectly fitted for it. So I'm so excited for that youth card to be reunited with my collection. And then last but not least, I did do this round of Hive Insight. I only have these on display for now. I did get the film strips and I got the, I think they're 4x6 photos, something like that, maybe mini posters, I'm not quite sure. I just don't have enough pocket pages and sleeves to put them away, so I kept those ones kind of wrapped up and safe, but I wanted to put the a pocket page size cards away, and I'm obsessed. I really think this shoot is so beautiful, so I set it up the same way that I did the last Hive Insight cards, which has Young Line on one page and then Matinee Line on the next, and then I obviously need to make fillers, but that is a future me problem when I'm reconnected with my fancy paper. So I'm excited and looking forward to fully setting up this section because there's a lot of bits and pieces missing from it. I just wanted to be able to put the cards away safe. So yes, this is my summer binder collection. I hope that you enjoyed it and you see the vision for the ot7 setup. Stay tuned if you want to see that video. It should be probably my next video. Granted though, I say that when I'm filming this, it is July 23rd, so do forgive me if I have not commented on something I should have commented on, because this video was definitely filmed a month in advance from when you're actually seeing it. So apologies there. As of right now, my plan is to do my reunification of my ot7 collection as my next video, but if for some reason there is a new release or something else intriguing has come up, that will be my next video. But regardless, the reunification of the collection will definitely be soon for you. It is not soon for me. Like I said, July 23rd, I still have over a month left before I get to see my collection all together again, but that is okay. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited to see everything come back together like I am. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy this video. You can subscribe if you would like to see more from me, and comment below if you would like to. I hope you are having a very good day, and I will see you all soon. Finally, back in my regular setup. This is the last video that I'm filming from this Airbnb, so I am very excited to be reconnected with my collection and then just, you know, my regular life as well, of course. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Goodbye.
Get the hell out.